A pleasant day to our dear learners and viewers of Davao de Oro, especially to our grade 6 pupils. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. I am so happy to be with you as we all learn, explore, and enjoy on this TV program. This is your TV Eskwela in Science Grade 6. I am your teacher for today's session. Teacher Cristopher Laseras Bodiongan from Mangayon Elementary School, District of Compostela East. I hope that you are all now on your comfortable places and eager to learn our second lesson in science. How are you today? I hope you feel great. Just sit back, relax, and watch our lesson in Science 6. At this moment, I want you to get your module in Science 6, Quarter 2, Module 2, Lesson 1, Human Body Systems, the Respiratory System. And at the end of this session, you are expected to identify the different organs of the respiratory system. Describe the parts and functions of each organ of the respiratory system. And explain how the organs of each organ system work together. Do you have already with you your modules? That's great! Now, this module was designed to provide you with fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning. Let us now start our lesson. To begin, I want you to carefully watch and examine the video I will be playing and remember key points. Is that understood? Great!
Good day, learners. This is Easy Engineering. For today's topic, we're going to talk about the respiratory system. We've done some fun challenges relating to our respiratory system from time to time. For example, holding our breath. We've done this when we were kids. So how long can you hold your breath? 10 seconds? 30 seconds? A minute? All professional swimmers practice holding their breath for a long time so they can swim more underwater, but eventually they were just out of breath. That's because we need to breathe. Otherwise, our faces will turn purple and we would collapse. But that's not the only reason we need to breathe. We need it for something more important. We need oxygen inhaled to our body so that we can survive. Oxygen is a gas present in the air in our atmosphere. Oxygen is driven to our cells by the respiratory system. And also, we love breathing. It's a form of relaxing.
Now, let's have a short exercise. Just wherever you are at this moment, let us have a stationary jogging exercise. Meaning, you just stay at your position while doing the jogging. We are going to do this for 30 seconds. Alright, let's do this. On my mark, set, go! Do it faster! Slower! Faster! Slow! I want you to inhale and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Now, from the activity we did, what did you feel? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Well, that's normal. After doing the jogging, we normally feel tired, and this is the time where our bodies need more oxygen. That is why breathing becomes faster than usual. Take a deep breath. Observe where the air goes as it enters your nose to the lungs. Breathing process involves different organs in the respiratory system as we take in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. The respiratory system is responsible for the exchange of these gases in the bloodstream, the body cells, and the atmosphere. With that, to test your knowledge in our lesson for today, open your modules on page 4. In the box above, select and encircle all the parts of the respiratory system. Stomach, alveoli, nostrils, lungs, small intestine, trachea, epiglottis, large intestine, anus. The correct answers are lungs, alveoli, nostrils, and trachea. Raise your hand if you got all the answers right. Excellent! Kindly get a separate sheet of paper for we will be playing the guessing game. I will project scrambled letters on screen. What you are going to do is to unscramble it to form a word that best describes the description I will be giving. Are you ready? Let's start the guessing game. Item number 1.
I am the gas that is given off during exhalation.
Item number 2. I go through the air sacs and into the blood. Item number 3. I am a long tube connecting your mouth to your lungs. Item number 4. I serve as a passageway for both food and air. Item number 5. I am made of body parts that help you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Let us immediately check your work. The gas given off during exhalation is carbon dioxide. The one that goes through the air sacs and into the blood is the oxygen. The long tube connecting your mouth to your lungs is trachea. Serving as a passageway for both food and air is the pharynx. And lastly, making the body parts that help you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide is the respiratory system. I hope that you got all the answers correct. As we know, the respiratory system is a system that enables the respiration process in all living things. Breathing process is essential to both human and animals in order to live. The process of exchanges of gases with the environment is called respiration. Respiration is the intake of oxygen and its delivery to the cells of the different parts of the body and the release of carbon dioxide. Here is a diagram of the respiratory system. Let's meet, greet, and get to know the different parts of the respiratory system. First one is the nasal cavity. The nostrils are the opening into the nasal passages that are lined with hairs. The nasal cavity is lined by glands that produce sticky mucus. Dust, pollen, and other materials are trapped by mucus. This trapping of air impurities helps in filtering the air you breathe. Next is the duo of the pharynx and larynx. Pharynx is also called the throat, the common passageway for both food, water, and air. The larynx contains two vocal cords that vibrate when air passes by them. The trachea is known as the windpipe. It also filters the air we inhale and branches into the bronchi. Bronchi, on the other hand, are two tubes that carry air into the lungs. Bronchial tubes branch into smaller tubes called bronchioles. Bronchioles are smaller tubes that branch off into alveoli. The alveoli are grape-like structures at the end of each bronchioles, surrounded by capillaries. Between the alveoli and capillaries, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. Lungs are the main organ of the respiratory system. This is where exchange of gases occurs. Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is expelled out. Diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that controls breathing, which is located at the bottom of the lungs. When we inhale, the diaphragm contracts and moves down, allowing air to move into the lungs. When we exhale, the diaphragm expands, thus reducing the amount of space for the lungs and forces air out. And that's it! Those were the primary parts that make up the respiratory system. Let us enumerate them. Nasal cavity, pharynx and larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, lungs, and the diaphragm. All of these parts play an important role in our body, specifically in breathing. As we know, breathing is very important in life. Each organ of the respiratory system works together to circulate oxygen throughout our bodies. The circulation of oxygen starts from the nostril, going through the pharynx and larynx, down to the trachea, bronchi and bronchioles, and lastly, the air you breathe goes at the tiny walled sacs called alveoli, where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. At this point, open your modules on page 7 and let's have an activity. The parts of the respiratory system are listed below, but they are not in order. Let us rearrange the organs in order to show how the air circulates in our body. The missing links are bronchioles, trachea, pharynx, larynx, and bronchi. And here is the pathway of air. Write down the correct order. Are you done? Let us check your work. The correct flow of air would be nostrils, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchioles, and alveoli. Next, on your science journal, I want you to explain how the organs of respiratory system work together as one. You may start answering now. Lastly, I will be projecting a picture and give its description in relation to respiratory health. What you are going to do is to answer the questions that follow from the scenario given. Let's start! The first picture shows you are living in a crowded community. How can you protect yourself from respiratory diseases such as cold, pneumonia, and COVID-19? Again, how can you protect yourself from respiratory diseases such as cold, pneumonia, and COVID-19? Give at least 2 ways. Start now. Living a healthy lifestyle would be the best answer to this situation. Eat a balanced diet. Do exercise regularly. In times of COVID-19, we have to always wear our masks to avoid getting the virus. we also need to encourage others to do the same. What are your other answers? Can you read your answers for me? Good job! Now, the second picture involves your classmates catching colds and they sneeze and cough without covering their mouths and noses. What will you do? Again, the second picture involves your classmates catching colds and they sneeze and cough without covering their mouths and noses. What will you do? Start answering now. Diseases related to the respiratory system is very rampant today. What you need to do as students and individuals is to talk and advise the people around us to be careful and to cover their mouths and nose when coughing or sneezing. Doing so would prevent the spread of microorganisms that may cause illnesses. On the other hand, in our part, we have to be extra careful in dealing with other people, especially those with respiratory issues. For your additional activity, list down at least 5 health habits on how to make yourself free from viruses and other germs that may cause respiratory diseases. Answer this on a separate sheet. To conclude everything that has been stated, you may not think about the importance of your respiratory health until you experience a breathing problem. This system provides oxygen and keeps every other organ functioning by removing carbon dioxide from your body. Taking good care of this system promotes a healthier and more progressive body. If you encounter any difficulty in answering the task in this module, do not hesitate to consult your teacher. Always bear in mind that you are not alone. We hope that through this material, you will experience meaningful learning and deep understanding of the relevant competencies and lessons. You can do it! Learners, study hard. Do good and a good life will follow. God bless! Once again, I am Teacher Cristopher Laseras Bodiongan of Mangayon Elementary School, District of Compostela East, saying, dito sa TV Eskwela, sa pag-aaral, sama-sama. Bye-bye!